Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, Spence, let's trip out.
I'm afraid not every human is as smurfy as they should be, Sassy.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
Yeah, certainly. Here we are.
This pizza pie won't pass. Too many calories. Oh, the rest is okay. Natural light! Get it off me! Get it off me!
I don't know the meaning of the word chip.
Documented Geek Day.
All right, and we are back with Geek Den again for the first time, and I guess a little bit now. We're here with Mark from the Great Media Comicon, Pennsylvania. Honestly, most of this is going to be just you letting us know what's in store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably history too. I mean, we were definitely curious as to, do you have partners? Is it all you? Do you have friends that are helping with this?
No, yeah, I have several partners. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. I got a great team. We'll be honest with you. Yeah. Let me mute my phone. I apologize. You're
good.
Yeah, I've got great. You're gonna laugh. Johnny Necro was just messaging me. But no, I have a great team. We work very hard. We cover like all the bases. We got a guy he's an IT guy, from on the outside.
Yeah.
And then we've got a guy who's a project manager. And then we've got a director of marketing. And then one of our partners is Frank Percy. He's a former Marvel and DC illustrator.
Cool.
So we kind of cover a broad spectrum of characters here.
Yeah.
That put this together. And yeah, I mean, we work hard. We try. we like to think we work hard. So
You guys, you did it last year, and you're doing it this year. So I mean, if you're making a return trip, in all honesty, there's a lot of cons that kick off the ground for 1 year and they don't actually make it back.
Yeah.
yeah.
If you're running for a second round, it's something. I mean,
Yeah.
clearly something people were interested in, or else you wouldn't do it again.
Yeah, we were blown away. Last year when we had over 1,000 people show up the first day. We only ran for 1 day. Yeah, we did it for 1 day. We're like, dude, let's do this. But none of us have ever done anything like this. Frank's attended Comic Cons, and I know I've attended quite a few Comic Cons to the point where me and my buddy called each other the Con Bros because we would just go to a new con every month.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, I might have been to 25 cons in a year at one point. It was really crazy. But yeah, we were blown away last year. The reception was incredible. Delaware County is like a very tight-knit community, even though we're all separate. We all have our own areas.
Right.
Everybody came together. And, we were hoping for a success, and we were blown away by the level of success.
Yeah.
And it was raining that day. Like, it wasn't great weather, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, dude, it was phenomenal. And we had a lot of support, a lot of help that came along, and we really appreciate it. And so, yeah, we decided, we were like, okay, let's take a break. And I think we took like 3 weeks, and I was already itching to do it again. So I was like, all right, I'm going to start moving on next year. And we decided to do 2 days. And we decided to get even crazier with it. And we rented the media theater. And we're doing this VIP thing.
That's awesome.
Which is we're bringing in Claudia Wells from California, who played Jennifer Parker in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
You guys are familiar with Back to the Future? Yeah. So it's the first time in 30 years a major motion picture has been shown at the historic media theater. And so it's going to be an experience where people can come in. They're going to ask her questions. We're going to have a Back to the Future themed cosplay contest. We're going to have the 40th anniversary DeLorean. And there's going to be, Back to the Future themed drinks. It's going to be crazy. You know what I mean? There's just, we're adding more as we go. I'll tell you that. All right.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a free-form thing almost at this moment. Like, I know you have a general, like, I mean, I'm looking down the guest lists that you have, or I guess I just call them the feature list. I don't even know if guest is the right way to look at it. But is there going to be any more additions to that, or is this these are the main headliners and there's going to be sidelines?
Yeah, we pretty much have announced all of our guests so far, but we are working on something different that we didn't do last year. We wanted to do, but we couldn't figure out how to do it. And this year we're doing panels. So it was one of the number one requested thing last year. Yeah, everybody was like, dude, do panels. And I'm like, there's not a lot of space at this community center, so we're going to figure out how to do it. We're doing it. We're going to have some special names coming in for these panels.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty spectacular. So
one of the things you have that you have was it John Swayze. Or I don't know what the pronunciation is, but I know his work.
So everybody knows his work.
One of the ideas in there is how someone could get into voice acting. I'm assuming he'll be in there talking about it. So and also right here, Leah Cavoli, Robot Chicken and Deadwood. What a great show that was.
Yeah.
Crap.
I'm going to be honest, I never watched it, and she'll probably be
it's awesome.
Yeah, I heard
it is an
great.
awesome show.
Yeah.
It's even if you're not like, don't get me wrong, we all have our genre loves, I suppose, and like for me, the idea of a Western or even that time period in America thing isn't really a big deal for me. I mean, there's obviously like the Dances with Wolves came out when I was like 12, 13 years old, so that was like a big deal. Tombstone is a classic; it speaks for itself no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
But after that, like maybe Bone Tomahawk is where I start going with Westerns. However, Deadwood, honestly, it gets you from the first moment and keeps you the entire, like it's a series that keeps delivering.
Okay.
I would compare, it was like, so like if you ever watched The Sopranos when that was on, if you started it towards the beginning, if you watched that whole series or if anybody did, the whole idea of what is and is not must-see TV, Deadwood should have been in there.
Okay.
There's not an unlikable character. Even the shitty ones are awesome.
Yeah.
The stories are great. I don't know, not to go off on a tangent here. That's just cool.
No, Leah's actually pretty instrumental in this Comic-Con. She's been a big help. She's helping us put the panels together herself. She's phenomenal. I can't say enough nice things about her. She's a Delco resident that's made it, and she's done great. And one of the things she's done, and this is kind of like an exclusive thing I'm telling you guys, is Delco the movie and the Great Media Comicon are partnering. The first teaser trailer will be at the media theater for Delco the movie, as as we are going to announce very shortly is the Delco the movie panel is going to happen the next day. So a little exclusive insider information for you. We haven't even publicly announced it yet. I mean, I think we've hinted at it and teased it, but yeah, you guys are the first to hear it.
We love being the first to know.
There you hear about it. Well, the truth is,
Leah's awesome. I can't say enough wonderful things about her. So
I just think it's cool that this is. Back to like y'all ran this the first year. So you ironed out some of the details. Running it the second year, maybe with a little more knowledge going into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is obviously, like, if you said, what did you say on the first? Was it the first year you said you had like 1,000 people show up in the rain, and that was like That had to have been an amazing moment. I would imagine
Yeah.
that was an amazing moment.
It was. Yeah, it was honestly, I was waiting for so it started, and I figured we'd have a line, right? You'd have early interest, and then it would wane at some point, and it really didn't slow down. And
Yeah.
I've been to a lot of cons where you start at 10 o'clock, and it's by 2 o'clock there's no lines anymore. Everyone's made it inside.
Yeah.
And you have the same people milling about, or you have some return people. They went to lunch, they come back. There was a sustainable line of people till about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then it kind of simmered down where we were still having people come in.
Yeah.
But the line had finally died down, and the vendors could finally breathe, which was wild.
Yeah.
That's actually, it's incredible.
Yeah, we were
a feeling of,
we were overwhelmed, man. We were like, holy crap. Yeah. So
you're let's see, how does the original one, how did it come about? Where did the idea kick off?
I mean, it's a long story, but I was involved in.
Man, do it.
Yeah, it's a long story. So I was involved in professional wrestling, as a promoter, a producer, for some time. Yeah, I wouldn't say I was going to be anybody's pro or anything like that, but I was involved in a local wrestling federation for years, and I had started working with the owner before COVID, and we had come up. He had this idea for Delcomania, which was this kind of Comic-Con idea mixed with pro wrestling. It was an interesting idea.
Yeah.
We were definitely not in the place to pull this thing off.
It was a dream big.
We wanted to, you know what I mean? We really did. We really wanted to. It was all, I think, good intention. You know what I mean? But 8 weeks out from the event, COVID came down and shut down everything. And so it killed what we were going to have was Delcomania. And for years, that idea always stuck with me. And then I got more and more involved in the Comic Cons and going to cons and experiencing cons. And I eventually left pro wrestling. And shortly after that, I was like, dude, I can't work a regular job and not do something else in my, you know what I mean? And I was like, So I said to one of my partners, I said to him, dude, what if we did a Comic-Con? And he was like, I'd do it. You want to do it? And I was like, yeah, kind of. You know what I mean? And that's kind of it started off with this okay. And then we started to put it together, and it was okay. And then we gathered more partners, and we had more partners join us. And it was and then I would say almost 3 months into kind of developing the idea, we were boom. Like a rocket, we were really taking off, and we're okay, you know what I mean? We think we have an understanding of what we're doing, and we're pretty thorough. You know what I mean? Some of us we're very focused on the tasks and handling certain things, and production's a big part of what we do. So that's kind of how the story got started. Yeah, kind of had its roots in professional wrestling, which is kind of funny.
I mean, that makes sense. It's always it's a show either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a show.
You're right.
A show is a show, right? Be it music, entertainment, whatever.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that kind of snowballing into what it is here. Especially, clearly, especially, it was just a random idea. Hey, what about this though? We enjoy these.
Yeah.
You think maybe? It's kind of cool. It's actually that's really.
Yeah, Delaware County, we have a sister con called WinterCon that's done out of the Upper Darby High School, and it's more for a nonprofit, supporting the Upper Darby High School band. Rob, don't get mad if you hear this. I I think it's for the band. All right, don't yell at me, Rob. But they didn't have anything where we were bringing in guests and celebrities and really, kind of being over the top with it. And that's really what our goal was, is to kind of create something for Delaware County that just doesn't really exist. So
That's wonderful. I mean, just the idea. First off, the fact that you were considering it. I mean, as you just put it, for literally just for a county, just something that does not exist in the county. I think it's really, really cool that you guys decided to aim for that. I mean, what is the whole thing? You find a need and fill it. Even better, the need that people didn't even know it was like that they had.
Right.
I mean, you were saying. I mean, you said before you came on, like you were a longtime attendee of different cons.
Oh yeah.
When I was younger, definitely went to more than my fair share. Mine was actually literally based around comic book collecting and shit. But the whole. I was there at a time where I saw them evolve.
Right.
Into like the costumes and just like people from all walks of life, the entire spectrum of entertaining shit.
Yeah.
Showing I grew up just north of Atlanta, so I mean, like Dragon Con was a thing for me on a regular basis. We used to go there when Guar would play.
Okay.
You know, like that was a thing for me.
Yeah.
So the fact that that I have lived to see a time, and not, I guess, a relatively short time, like over the course of 20 years or so, that this can happen where people can just get together and be like, you know what? We should invite some cool people here and rent a place.
You're not wrong, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's I feel like as long as it's done well and people are taken care of, let's do it. You know what I mean? If you have an opportunity,
and we definitely. Wells thing is awesome.
Yeah.
Just being able to watch Back to the Future with the original girlfriend. Damn it! Oh wait,
yeah.
She was the original, and then
she's the original. Yeah.
What was the story with that? I forgot. I remember reading about
her mother. I believe had cancer, and she left acting to help take care of her mother.
Oh, so like they had to, like there was no choice. They had to.
Yeah.
Much more sad than what I was thinking.
It is a sad story.
I thought it was gonna be like a Crispin Glover thing. They tried her upside down with makeup. Didn't work. Yeah.
Did you ever watch that? The movies that made us on Netflix.
Oh yes, absolutely.
The stories about Crispin Glover where they had to put him in a box was crazy.
Crispin Glover, as far as this is what I was talking about with the tangents. By the way, this has nothing to do with anything else. But seriously, Crispin Glover, very rich soil in which to plant a conversation. That guy is fucking nuts. I don't know if he's actually nuts or if he just played so hard into it that he couldn't get away from it. You know what I mean?
From what I hear, is a method actor.
Well, I mean, it's method acting, right? I mean, you got somebody like David Lewis who makes people like PAs and shit carry him around on set when he's doing My Left Foot because he's in a wheelchair. He's not going to walk. You know, shit like that. I get that. But then there's Crispin Glover who did the crazy ass dance in Friday the 13th. What, part 3, 2, 3, 2, 4? Was it 3?
I think it's 3.
I think so.
3D, right?
Yep, 3D. Okay, so that's Crispin Glover. Right there. Crazy ass dance. First time I ever remember noticing him. I mean, granted, I shouldn't have been watching the movie, but I did, and there he was. Tries to kick. Who was it? Letterman?
Maybe.
Letterman. He was on a fucking late night talk show, and he was just acting fucking completely nuts. But at the same time, people remembered the fact that he was on the talk show.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember the guest, but I remember him being on because he was fucking nuts. Like I said, that tangent. We can go back to the other thing. I just big Crispin Glover fan.
Yeah, I just thought that was hilarious when Robert Zemeckis had to put a box on the ground to make sure he didn't move.
I can buy that. I can believe it.
Yeah.
Stay here. Wait.
Yeah, basically that's what it was. So he would trip if he tried to get out of the box. He would trip. It would make him like break character or something like that. It was something ridiculous. Yeah. Which I think is wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was Claudia Wells had always been cast as Marty's girlfriend, right? When the first one anyway. She got it. She was always there.
Nailed it.
She was there for the Stoltz filming too then.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that until just now. God, Jesus Christ. To be able to ask her.
I know. Those are great questions. Yeah.
I mean, I would want to know. I would want to go to your con just to ask that question. Did you play it differently next to Eric Stoltz?
You're more than welcome to come down.
I will drag my 4-year-old. She will not know what the hell we're talking about. she will try and get on the stage and take things from people. That's what she does.
Well, the great thing is Claudia will also be at the Comic-Con Saturday and Sunday.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That is super cool. And honestly, let's see, you had McKenna.
Mark McKenna, yes.
Yeah. Did you say he helped set this up, or was he just
No, Frank Percy, who is a friend of his.
Frank Percy?
Yeah.
Sorry, no, I know the McKenna name from I think from Marvel.
Oh yeah, he's a big Marvel guy.
Was that it?
Yeah, he did Spider-Man 2099. He's done Punisher, Hulk, Iron Man.
Was he on the original run of 2099?
Dude, I'm the worst person to ask this. I want to say.
I'm trying to figure out, like, what I'm trying to remember. Like, the 2099 had let's call it an iconic cover. It wasn't. They didn't overdo anything with it. They didn't like foil print it or hologram it or any of that crap. They just the drawing itself, the illustration was, I would call it iconic, and it's still. Even now, and like if I think of Spider-Man, sometimes even before like the Amazing Spider-Man in the red and blue, that's the suit that comes up as the 2099 Miguel Herrera suit. So
hold on, I'm bringing it up now. Yeah, that is a great cover. Hold on.
Just the jump over the futuristic yellow and black city, right?
Yeah, hold on. Is it Mark? If I could spell tonight.
That's why I use talk to text. That way, if the computer comes back with the wrong answer, I can blame it.
That's him. Yeah, that's Mark McKenna.
Was it? All right, then. Yeah, no, I definitely know his work. I liked his work a whole lot.
Yeah,
now I feel better about that because I was looking at his name. I was like, Mark McKenna. Kids in the Hall? No, that's not. No, I feel much better now. This kind of pulls it together for me. That's fucking great.
Yeah, I'm super excited to meet him.
Like, all 3 days, or is he there for one day? Like, how is everybody set up? Is it going to be the full time?
So the movie event is just Friday night. That is like basically there's going to be only like 350 to 400 tickets available for that, for the Back to the Future thing. The nice thing is if you buy tickets to the screening, you get a pass for the whole weekend. So
that's cool.
For the price of the movie and the screening and the Q&A and all this inclusive stuff that you get to do on Friday, you get to go to the con and you get a VIP badge and you get to just walk in, which is great. You know what I mean? So
making this sound like an infomercial, that's the type of deal.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the idea. Is
like that's legitimately like I get to do this, and then I also have 2 other days to show up and do shit.
Right,
that's cool.
Stay in, hang out. But Mark will be there Saturday and Sunday. He'll be there Saturday and Sunday.
How did you guys? This is, by the way, another question. Something Craig and I were talking about before he came on. How did you guys get your sponsors? I only bring it up because going through you had the link on the webpage that you had the first year, the different sponsors. The second year, there's definitely a couple of change ups.
Yeah.
How does one go about getting a sponsor for something like this to begin?
I have a great, like I said, I got a great team. Sponsorship stuff is not my strength. Does that make sense? Like that's not where in my brain.
This is not like how specifically. It's more or less like if somebody wanted to go find a sponsor.
Yeah, okay.
Like have somebody just selling space to somebody.
So sponsorship is typically different than vendorship. Does that make sense?
Right.
So we keep the sponsors separate from the vendors. We've had some crossover before, but this year we tried to keep it as separate as possible. But typically the sponsors are typically businesses that reach out to us and we work with them in building their brand. If they have events like Rags to Riches is a returning sponsor. We worked with them last year. They came and they brought Blanquita, the Wonder Dog, who I adopted. Okay, I adopted the dog. I saw her. She's over here sleeping somewhere. But I adopted her.
You're not gonna hold the dog up for us? You don't.
I don't work.
Oh yeah, no. We'll pick the dog up then. If you're doing it, go for it. I'll go get Augie. No, I can't. I can't. Big shit. Once again, I love him very much, but he's puppy stupid, so
Yeah.
he doesn't. Oh, who's a baby?
This is past her bedtime, so she's ready to.
Yeah.
But this is Ori. I adopted her through rags to riches. They were super helpful through the process. They're awesome. I mean, dude, we've got sponsors like the Good Outdoors that are returning. A 2 and 10 that does like custom jerseys and stuff. I mean, dude, we've got so many Scoops Ice Cream is a new sponsor this year.
Awesome.
We're going to be working with them. They're going to be doing a special that weekend where they're going to have a Back to the Future flavor we're working on for the comic.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, dude, sponsorship's pretty easy. You just reach out to us if you're a business, and we talk and we sit down, and we try to figure stuff out. All right, I know.
It's not his fault. I asked him to do that.
Yeah. She's fine. She just.
If you watch this later, look at her face.
Oh, and she looks miserable. Well, she was attacked by a coyote. It ripped her lip off.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm talking about her eyes. She looks annoying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She always does with me.
Her face. I can't help it. That's just her.
Yeah, basically.
No, she
But no,
actually, she's like, I enjoy the rubs. But seriously.
But I'm done. Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. But yeah, sponsorships. We're super proud of the sponsors that we have. We worked with the Reading Phillies last year. We're going to be working with them again. So, and I think we've got some other teams coming in too. I think we'll be working with again this year. We're pretty excited with all the sponsors we have. We're extremely grateful for. Even if I missed a couple that I didn't name, please don't yell at me. I'm doing my best. But yeah, we're like, we really are super, super grateful for all our sponsors. We've got the Cavaliero's taco truck coming out this year for both days. And Lord knows I love tacos. So I hope they brought a lot of food because I've eaten 15 tacos in one sitting.
Yeah,
So
I'm the minority there. That's what anybody there is going to be like tacos.
yeah. Tacos are a way to go. So we're sponsors. We're very thrilled. We love working with them. So the more the merrier. And it just helps us build their brand and our brand all together.
That's awesome. Well, I guess, Craig, you want to throw it to a break real quick?
Yeah, we can throw it to a break.
Finish out.
Count Chocula cereal.
Different today.
How about?
Some ghosts in your cereal? Hooray!
Ah, my cereal! It's haunted with ghosts. Whatever you do, don't open that box.
Chill out, Chuck. They're marshmallow ghosts. It's true. Now they're ghosts. New white marshmallow ghosts in Count Chocula, the ghostly part of this complete breakfast. Sounds neat. Let's eat.
No, don't open that box.
But you can, if you dare.
Let's check it out.
Introducing the newest WWF Wrestling Buddies, Big Boss Man and Jake the Snake Roberts. Clunk 'em, plonk 'em. Wrestling Buddies want to be your buddy.
Buddy, what's going on?
Nothing, officer.
Body slam!
Hey, who's the wise guy?
Big Boss Man!
Murphy, what's going on?
Nothing, Sarge.
Big Boss Man and Jake the Snake Roberts, the newest WWF Wrestling Buddies from Tonga, each sold separately.
All right, and we are back with Geek Den. This is Mark, still with the Great Comic-Con, or the Great Media Comicon. There it is.
Thanks for having me back, guys.
Sure.
I was surprised you didn't kick me off during the break.
Well, I mean,
I'm just
we
kidding.
could have, and it's just going to be being staring at each other while apart. Which, honestly, I mean, that's entertaining for two people. Yeah, so seriously, we were discussing briefly the idea of the term Comic Con, comic book convention, right?
Yeah.
The idea that the initial meetups of what you would, I guess, call comic book nerds coming together, trading comic books, talking about artists, talking about, like, I mean, at the time when they first popped up, I mean, the companies didn't even recognize them. It wasn't a real thing. These were people meeting, like a meeting room at a local motel, right?
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
That's and they evolved. You went from there. Suddenly you had horror cons, you had sci-fi conventions. Just all these things branched out. And now a con, any type of con, is literally a full-on spectrum of pop culture enjoyment. And it's a cool thing. Period. I mean, there's literally something there for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess the idea, or the real question comes in: how much? First off, you have a couple of Marvel artists or people that have worked for Marvel that are going to be represented there.
Mm-hmm.
But there's movie stuff. There's anime, which has its own branch of things.
Huge, yeah.
You've been to manga, cartoons, movies. I mean, that's an entire spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're not wrong. Yeah.
To me, the idea of pulling it all together, turning into just one thing, there is literally something for everybody. That's cool. That's an awesome.
Yeah.
I guess the question comes down: how do you feel that it came about? Like, if you think about it, like you have, like the comic book thing is there are, I don't want to call it like metalheads and they're gatekeeping type of thing, but there is something to that. Like comic book nerds are very possessive.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like as the more I go to Comic Cons, there's always gonna be a hardcore element of guys that are specifically knowledgeable about one thing, and that is what they're passionate about, right? But I feel like the more as these events get, and I mean, Disney's done a tremendous job with Marvel. You know, whether or not you think how the state is right now in the movies and film, right? But in the zeitgeist of the public is like, dude, if there's not a Marvel movie coming out this year, that's shocking. You know what I mean? There's always the questions, what's the next thing? What's the next? So I feel like it's definitely got a huge spectrum of public zeitgeist where it's like, dude, it used to be guys, you know, who were nerds were the only ones that read comic books. And now it's, bro, this is a gym shirt. You know what I mean? Right. I wear this when I work out in my gym downstairs. And I'm not the only one who does it. You know what I mean? Like there's guys all over who if you walk down the street and asked, who's your favorite captain to 10 people, I bet 7 out of those 10 people, if they don't say Captain Morgan, it's Captain America.
Somebody's going to say Captain Britain and they're going to be laughed at.
But you know what I mean? Like that's huge.
Well, actually, you know what's funny is the gym thing. I had when I was in 7th or 8th grade, I used to have to get dressed out for gym, right? I mean, who didn't? But my gym shirt was a Punisher shirt. I remember catching shit from other jocks in my class.
Right.
Because it's Punisher. Fucking.
And now they have it on the back of their truck.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not just that. I mean, it wasn't even the skull. It was literally just I think it was one of the Frank Miller drawings of Punisher standing there like over a pseudopod. First off, shirt would never fly in school today. Yeah. Because he's standing for a pile of bodies holding an Uzi upside down in shadows. Punisher logo on his chest. I just remember catching shit for being a comic book fan.
Right.
For liking comic books. I remember talking to him too. Like, you ever read this comic? It's an awesome comic.
Yeah.
You don't even know. How do you know?
Yeah, so I just feel like cons are for everybody. You know what I mean? They're for the young and the old. I mean,
they completely are now.
Yeah, I mean, my dad is 76 and he tried to make me watch dude, Captain though, dude, I don't know, some rocket guy. It wasn't Flash Gordon. It was something even worse. And it was
worse than Flash Gordon?
Dude.
Flash Gordon at least has
a 40s serials or 50s serials.
Oh, wait. I know this. I think I know this.
Yeah. Captain something.
The serials that you're referring to.
Yeah, they're bad.
Oh, shit. What bugs me is I can picture them in my head and how bad they looked.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, for the time, it was the 40s. What are you going to do?
I was so confused. I literally looked at him and I said, Dad, what is this? And he's like, this is what I used to watch as a kid. I said, well, this explains a lot. So, but like, you know what I mean? Like back then, during that era, the 50s, it was like, it was just kid stuff. And then it started to grow to be more like adult stuff. And now it's kind of back to being like, it's everybody's thing. Yeah, everybody. It's for everybody, man.
Well, it's one of the, I found what I would consider to be an old picture of a cosplay, right? I think like we were talking about that on the break, the idea of cosplay only because of Comic Cons. The whole, prior to that, you were just a weirdo dressing up when it wasn't Halloween. But like, if there was a time to do it, it was when you were surrounded by, like, you show up as your favorite fucking character. Not just that, you show up and show how skilled you are at assembling an outfit to make it work, to make it look like that character's there, right?
I got a great story about cosplay, too. I got to tell you. So at last year's con, we had a guy come in dressed as Gene Simmons from Kiss. I mean, this guy, I'm not a tall guy. I'm 5'7". This guy towered above me. And he towered above everybody. But he's walking through, and I love cosplay, first of all. I don't do it. I think it's great. I love it when people do it. Everyone tries to get me to dress as Wolverine. I'm not going to do it. I think they're all crazy.
Feels a little on
Feels
a little on the nose. Like if you say 5'7",
yeah, I know. It's just, yeah. So I always thought if I was going to cosplay, it'd be Captain Planet. You know what I mean?
Hey, Captain Planet, dude! If you can pull Captain Planet off, first off, a green mullet, not everybody can do it.
Not everyone can do it, but this guy's in there, and I'm talking to one of our guests, and out of the corner of my eye, a fireball goes off, and I turn, and there's Gene Simmons blowing a fireball up into the sky, and I'm not mad. First of all, I think it's awesome. But all I could think of is he's going to blow a fireball. It's going to hit the sprinkler system, and the whole con is shut down. And all the money I've paid for in insurance is out the window.
That's what
I'm done.
Screaming like, we're renting. What are you doing?
Yeah. So I was like, I ran over to him, and I was like, hey, bro, love the costume. He's like, thanks, man. He was really nice.
Right.
And I was like, please don't blow any more fireballs in here. And he goes, oh, man, I'm sorry. I was like, no, I'm not mad. I said, it's great. Go outside. Take pictures of you blowing fireballs outside. I was like, I don't care. I was like, but please don't do it in here. And he's like, dude, I'm so – he was so nice. But it was just so funny to turn. And there's boom. And not like a little one. This was a big fireball.
But he was doing the mixture and blowing it out for I have no doubt in my mind. It probably even made the roaring sound. I would assume anyways.
Yeah, maybe, dude. I'll be honest. It was packed. Yeah, it was. All I saw was red, and I was like, "Oh my god, here we go." The rafters are made of wood.
Still, though, I mean, I respect the commitment,
dude. 100%. Like I said, I think we have pictures on our Facebook of him. He was awesome. I want him to come back. I love that story, and he was super, super sweet. Like I said. I mean, dude, we had a lot of really incredible cosplayers. We had the 501st Legion come out with all their Star Wars regalia, dude. I was like, you guys look great. And they were awesome. They were passing out tickets to the Reading Phillies game for us. You know what I mean? So,
it'd be awesome if the Gene Simmons guy came back as Peter Criss and just stood in the corner looking sad. It's just another level of commitment. Just coming the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a great I mean, I love cosplay, dude. I think it's awesome. I don't know everybody that I try to follow, keep up with it, and I'll ask people what their costumes are and hope they don't get offended. But most people don't. You know what I mean? So
you have some of the larger cons, right? You have some of the big stuff like Dragon Con stuff like that. Like there are sponsors that pay to send models dressed as characters. You know what I mean? Well,
yeah.
It has turned into a literal, I mean, just a thing that did not exist when I was younger. Like it wasn't, if you, you could show up to a con dressed as a character. Nobody would think twice about it.
Right.
At the convention, like on the way there, you get some weird looks.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Now it's just like it is its own little industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stuff you see from the New York, the Dragon Con, what's one out in California? Big one.
San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con. There you go. When you, how do you forget San Diego? Anyway,
It's the biggest one. Yeah.
Well, it's like you see dude literally dressed as Optimus Prime, either the original animation version or the movie version, and just the effort and time that went into making the outfit be what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. It really is. It is its own. It's not even just an industry. It's its own art form now.
It's its own niche community. You know what I mean? And I always say niche, but it's not even that small. Like, it's a huge community. And it's incredible, dude. I can't. I'm always taken back by it, and I always think it's amazing. It's never, you know, it often can get very, very expensive. You know what I mean? Like, and some of these guys, like they sit there and they craft. Delco Batman makes all his own stuff. You know what I mean? He makes his chest piece.
Jesus.
He makes his he makes his belt. He makes his. I think he makes most of his cowl. You know what I mean? So it fits his face. Like, dude, it's crazy. Some of the stuff these guys do is like it's wild. You know what I mean? And his suit is unique to himself, and that's like very common among cosplayers. Is like they don't want something that's specifically just this movie. They want to be their version of Iron Man, which I always think is awesome.
Oh, the Iron Man! Some of the Iron Man suits have been fucking amazing. Like
I was at Blue Hen Comicon, good friends of ours over the during the fall, and there's this kid with this Iron Man suit. I was looking at him, and I'm like, this dude's nuts. This how you know what I mean? How long did it take you to put this thing together, and how long does it take you to put on and get out of? What if you got to pee? You know what I mean? Like, dude, I'm like, I think of all those things. He's got Depends on. He has to. That thing's got to be.
You're not going to get out of it.
It's 20 minutes to get out of it. Don't drink coffee in the Iron Man suit.
You got to wear, like you said, make sure that you have enough like room in the butt.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's you guys are also you're running contests 2 of the days, right?
We're gonna have raffles and we're gonna do cosplay contests. We're working on some other stuff to flesh out during it too, and we'll have panels on both days as well.
I think that's awesome. I mean, that's it's a lot of work, but it's an awesome goal. I mean, it really is. Once again, it's probably just more coming from my standpoint growing up. I think it's cool that we exist in a time where this is something that can happen. Like just period that you can be in almost any area and know that just from the different types of media. I mean, like you were saying, Disney and the comic book stuff and so forth, it reaches further than it once did. There are more people that love the shit that never would have known they would have, right?
Yeah.
It's cool. It's really
Dude, our mayor showed up.
See?
Mayor Bob. He came in with his daughter and his dog.
That's awesome.
He showed up and he was like, yeah, dude, we were super excited when I saw him. I was like, oh, Mayor Bob's here. And I was like, dude, super awesome mayor. Love Mayor Bob, super sweet guy, and he showed up, and I was like, he's like, this is great, and you know what I mean? Like, it was awesome. Yeah.
So are you? Is this something? Also, I mean, we're about to be rounding out here, but is this something I see? I mean, if you've done it 2 years in a row, you put this kind of effort into it. Is it something you intend to expand? Is this something that you're gonna just keep pushing yearly? Good.
Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah, 100%. I would. I mean, my team will tell you too is I don't like to rest on anything. You know what I mean? Like we could have done just 2 days and not done the movie event. You know what I mean? But I think we had a opportunity and a time and the right time. And I want to also. So our company's not just a Comic-Con company. We can do other events.
Right.
Our LLC's broad spectrum. Our main focus has been this Comic-Con, but like we would love to move into movie events, more movie experience related events. We'd love to do stuff like that.
So they're like full plan. Like you guys plan to branch with this. This is a.
I would like to do this full time. That would be my goal, and I would like to get this to a point where, if not all of us are doing it full time, at least several of us are doing it in almost like a full-time capacity.
Mm.
So that's where I would like to be in about 5 years. Is my team we're set and we're really rolling. We're rolling in the trenches with it. We've made a name for ourselves and we have a presence in the entertainment community. That's where I would like to be.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. You have a starting point and an end goal.
Yeah.
That's. Oh, I guess end goal is probably the wrong term.
No, I think we have a marker point. That's what I would say.
You have a goalpost. You have a
yeah, right, and that's always moving. You know what I mean? So
you kind of have to. That is the point of a goalpost, at least in these terms. It's something you can move. That's absolutely awesome. This has been a fun conversation, and honestly, you guys, once again, this is your chance. You want to tell everybody when, time,
April. Yeah, guys, Great Media Comicon and Media PA. April 12th is the movie event at the Media Theater. We have tickets on sale now on Eventbrite. You can find our Facebook page and on our website. And the tickets on sale for the Just Like Comic-Con will be on sale shortly. In the next couple weeks, we'll have them up, and people can start purchasing them now. That's for the 13th and the 14th of April. But, guys, remember, if you get the VIP pass, you get a pass for the whole weekend.
Which I guess I would argue it's probably the better deal.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, from yeah, so that I guess pretty much rounds it up.
Okay, thank you so much for having us, guys.
Thank you for
coming on, dude.
And once again, when as it gets a little bit closer, we'll definitely talk to you again.
Yeah,
this was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
And seriously, if I mean, clearly I live in Georgia. I've got a kid. I don't go anywhere. I would very much love to know the answer to the question as to whether or not Claudia Wells acted differently next to Eric Stoltz. That's my only question. If somebody could ask, I would greatly appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm Jason. That's Craig. This was Mark. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, guys.
And